Welcome to the West Ham fans Premier League Roundup, and this is usually where I upload a video on the news that's happened in the past week in the Premier League, and usually after the video goes out, more major news happens. Now, I don't know what I'm going to call the main title of this video, but we're just going to talk about transfer news. But yeah, let's get started. Mason Mount and Man United saga has come to a stalemate, and the reason why that is because Mason Mount obviously doesn't want to sign a new contract at Chelsea. I'm assuming it's because he wasn't offered the wages he wanted after being an academy kid. He's on 55k a week, so he wanted 200k a week. I don't think he's worth giving 200k a week, but Chelsea obviously didn't want to give him that. He's now on a year left of his contract, and there were clubs that were linked to him for a long time: Liverpool and Arsenal and Man United. Man United are the only team that have actually bidded for him. They bidded 55 million, and they're not going to go over that for now anyway. And Chelsea really wanted 65 million. Now, the ball isn't in Chelsea's court because he has 1 year left on his contract. I don't know why Man United are even going for Mason Mount. The ball retention in that midfield of Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes is genuinely scary hours for all the wrong reasons for Man United fans. And I don't understand that signing one bit. I think the midfielders you need someone who can play like an actual 8. That's very good at the 8, and a backup to Casemiro when he eventually gets sent off all the time. And I think those are the kind of midfielders you need, and maybe even the number 10. Man United still need midfielders, and because Eriksen's too old. But I don't think Mason Mount's the answer. I think if Man United just kind of fuck over Chelsea and just hijack the Caicedo thing, then it'll be better. But yeah, I don't think Mason Mount is worth that much. I think when it came to the conversation of Grealish, Foden, Mount, I was always Mount last. I even went far as to say Maddison's better, and I still think that in terms of the player, the technically gifted player, Mount works harder, he runs more, which is probably what Ten Hag wants now, because he doesn't want to play that Dutch football in the Premier League. He probably doesn't think it'll work. I think he hasn't tried hard enough. I think this is a perfect season to do it. And if it doesn't work, then you revert back. But you got free reign in the transfer market. This is Man United we're talking about. Just sign some players that are suited to your football. But I think we're going to see Man United play boring and counter-attacking football in the future. But no, let's move on. I'm sorry, by the way, guys, my nose is a bit fucked from hay fever. So if it sounds fucked, it's because it is fucked. Romeo Lavia, he was not set to go to Arsenal necessarily, but Arsenal were the only team that were bidding for, that were trying to bid for him. Liverpool are now in the race. I think the Kefran Turam deal is close from what I know, but from what I've seen. Obviously, they've got McAllister over the line, but there was rumours of 2 midfielders, so I'm assuming that they've changed their mind. And I think Lavia, learning under Fabinho in that sort of position, I think that would be really good for Liverpool. If they get Thuram, Lavia done, McAllister done, with some of the midfielders they already have, like, some of the midfielders can still do a job. I'll say some, maybe like Thiago Henderson could do a job. I think other than that, I think get a centre back as well, and then they will be fine. In terms of, I think they might try and challenge again, because they do put results together, but we will see it. We will see, and the Lavia race is open, and it would confuse me if Arsenal had Havertz, Rice, Lavia, but no Thomas Partey. Because it was meant to be Rice and Caicedo with Xhaka and Partey, but then Xhaka wanted to leave. So, I don't know what's going on there. With Thomas Partey leaving, that's a big hole in their midfield. And I don't know, I don't see the point. Unless it's Caicedo, which I don't know. I still don't know why they've dipped out of the Caicedo race. If anyone can let me know, but that still confuses me. But Arsenal are close to signing Jurriën Timber. Jurriën Timber has already agreed personal terms, I think, and yeah, it's just a bid this week. I'm pretty sure they want to get that done this week. They've already got the Kai Havertz deal done. Jurriën Timber would fit Arsenal quite well, similar to Ben White, and the fact that he can play centre back, right back, and centre defensive midfield. I watched him 3 times, twice against Liverpool and once against Rangers, when they battered Rangers at their stadium. And he likes to step into midfield quite a bit. He's actually got like a bit of recovery pace. He can defend, good on the ball. I reckon that's the kind of depth you need if you want to win a league title. I think that would be a very good signing from Arsenal. Moving on. I think I fell for this last year, but I'm gonna put my neck out there. I think Tottenham might be changing a bit because they're trying to get rid of some deadwood. There's rumours of Davinson Sanchez, the Tangangas, the Lo Celsos, the Harry Winks of this world leaving. Not Eric Dyer, but I think Tottenham might be they're linked to different centre backs from Europe that they wouldn't usually sign. They signed this Empoli keeper last week, who will be announced probably this week anyway. They are now interested in like Tapsoba, the Van der Ven guy. I've not watched these centre backs, but these centre backs have been highly rated by other clubs, so I'm assuming they would do all right for Ange Postecoglou. And I think Tottenham, if they get Maddison as well, that would piss me off. That would really, really piss me off. Maddison's one of my favourite players in the Premier League. I know plays for Leicester now in the Championship, but he's one of my favourite players in the Premier League. I would hate it if he goes to Tottenham. I'd rather he go Newcastle, but I don't know what Newcastle are doing right now with the Maddison stuff. I think Maddison wants to stay. Maddison wants to go to London probably, and Tottenham. The ball's in their court with that because Leicester are relegated, so they can't really charge that much for James Maddison because you're in the Championship, and I know you want to rebuild, but the ball's not in your court for that one, and I think Tottenham might actually be rebuilding a bit, and they could form a good footballing team, and that does scare me a bit, especially with 1 game a week. So yeah, I'm just putting that out there. Moving on to Newcastle, they have signed Sandro Tonali. They have signed an Italian. An Italian has come to the Premier League. It would be interesting. He's a Milan fan growing up. He was probably idolised Maldini growing up or something like that. But he's now going to Tyneside. He's now going to Newcastle. It is Tyneside, right? I think I've got that right. But yeah, Newcastle are not playing around. They're not playing around. I was surprised they signed a midfielder first because I would have thought they would have gone for someone like Kieran Tierney first, like left back, but they can still do that. They need a left back. Let's say they can't spend that much because of FFP. If they got Maddison and Tierney in, that wouldn't be a bad window. Maybe they need a centre back that could compete with Botman and Shaw. I don't know whether they're going to use Harrison Ashby as a competition for Kieran Trippier, but we'll see. Do they need another winger as well on the right, or are they going to stick with Almiron and Jacob Murphy? But we will see. Eddie Howe is very good at squeezing anything he could get out of any sort of player. He did that at Bournemouth, and I think Eddie Howe will be making moves. He keeps the balance of high pressing and possession football, but keeping a solid back four. Their defence was unreal last year, but they definitely need a left back. Kieran Tierney and James Maddison would be perfect for that Newcastle team, and they would definitely get into the top 4 for me if they signed those 2 players, because they've been linked with those players for a while. I don't know how strong they are now, still linked with them after all these months, especially in the transfer window right now. but we will see. As I've said, I'm going to leave it there, guys. My voice and my nose are fucked because of the hay fever. So if you guys did like the video, leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me, and an email for the inquiries. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.